Hey guys, welcome back to the Mets franchise. In this episode, we're wrapping up the season, the regular season, as we're going to play two games against the Atlanta Braves and then the very last one against the Philadelphia Phillies. This game against the Braves is very important. You can see in the top our records are almost identical: 75 and 63 for us, 76 and 61 for Atlanta. We'll go over the standings right now. Just wanted to show you where we're at in the calendar. We're 1.5 games behind the Braves. So this would be a big 2-game set for us, as we could actually take first place if we take both of these games. So very, very big. The Marlins have dropped off a cliff, but they are still alive in the wild card, 2 games out, and we are the second wild card as of right now. A few games back actually from the Diamondbacks, who are having a good season so far. Reds are in it with us. Brewers right outside. Same with the Marlins and the Phillies. So it's going to be a good final month, as we'll play this game, then sim to the end, and I'll show the standings again to see if that last game is going to mean something. Anyway, here is Senga. 4.07 ERA this year is not terrible. Not great, though, considering his overall. And coming into the season, he was our fourth starter, so 4.07 is not bad, I guess. In the first, though, it's Ronald Acuna Jr. Home run in the left. Acuna goes deep. To start this off, his 28th home run, start this game off on the wrong foot for us as a big game, and Senga is not performing, at least not yet. Already 1-0, we're down. We're going up against Kyle Wright, 3.99 ERA, just under 4, very, very close to that 4, as close as you can get. It's Francisco Alvarez with the runner on first, 1 out. That ball shot into the gap. It was 2 outs, so the runner's taken off regardless. Should score, but it's actually over the wall. It's going to clear the wall in right center field. A home run for Francisco Alvarez. He's been heating up these last few episodes. He's been hitting home runs, I think, in all of them. 29th home run of the year. He'll clear the 30 mark by plenty, I'm sure, as long as he doesn't get injured or anything this last month. In the second, Senga in some trouble. First and second, no out. He walks Ozzy Albies. Next batter's Marcell Ozuna. Walks him as well. Walks in the tying run. It's 2-2. Still no out. Bases loaded. Henry Davis went to the Braves in this one. Strikes out on the ghost fork. Michael Harris, the next batter. He flies out to relatively deep center field. It's going to score the run easy. It's going to be 3-2 Atlanta. That would be it for the rally. So could be worse with bases loaded, no out. But Atlanta takes a 3-2 lead. We're going to jump ahead all the way to the 6th. It's 4-2 now. McGill is in, and it's a runner on third, no out for Marcell Ozuna. He's going to ground out, but it's going to be an RBI ground out. 5-2 Atlanta at this point. That was all we could muster all the way to the 9th, where Brandon Nimmo leads this thing off with a shot in the gap left center field. It's going to go all the way to Walt to lead off double. We got maybe a little something cooking. Not really, because the next 2 batters would make out. Francisco Alvarez, our last chance, and he actually keeps us alive. Grounds one inside the third base bag into the left field. Our run scores 5-3. Tying run at the plate for Luis Robert. 2-1 count, 2 out. Luis Robert swings at an awful pitch. Not sure what he was doing there. I think he wanted to check, but 5-3 is the final. Braves win. We cannot overtake them in the division, at least not in this series, as we will jump ahead to the very last game. As you see, we had a good, pretty solid month. We ended up winning the last 4 games, which you will see in a second when I switch to the standings, actually propelled us to first place over Atlanta. So a good stretch at the end. We won the first 2 games of this Phillies series. We are 1 game up against the Braves. All we have to do is beat the Phillies, and we will have clinched the NL East on game 162 of this season. If we lose, I don't know. We're going to hopefully not find out. But we have a pretty bad division record. I forget what the wild card. I don't know if they go head-to-head, if this game's that advanced to know, and I wouldn't know what the head-to-head is against the Braves. So I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up if we lose this game. I think if we lose and they win, they're in it, or else we would have clinched already. That makes a lot of sense. So I think if we lose and the Braves win, we'll probably lose the division. Anyway, it's Brandon Nimmo's going to try to make sure that doesn't happen. Lead-off home run. I think that's the 3rd time this season that he's done that in a video. A leadoff home run for Brandon Nimmo, no doubt about it. That's way out of here into the bullpen, in that second deck of bullpen. So I think that's the Mets bullpen out there. 1-0 in the first. We're not done. The boys came to play today. They came to win the NL East. Pete Alonso, he goes deep opposite field. Brandon Marsh runs out of room. That's a home run into the second deck out there and right. Another solo shot for the Mets. It's 2-0 early on. As we said, we're trying to clinch this NL East right now. 34th home run for Pete Alonso. If that's his last home run of the game, He'll finish the season with 34. On the mound for us, Julio Urias, 3.65 ERA. That's very solid from him. Bounce back season after a pretty bad one last year. We're paying the guy like $28 million a year for games like this to win us the division, and it's not starting out good. In the first, he's in trouble. It's a base hit up the middle from Brent Rooker. It's 2-1. Next batter is Bryson Stott. Gets him swinging. Big strikeout with second and third, one out. Next batter is Castellanos, 2 outs. He rips one off the Urias' foot. That would have been an easy 2 RBI single. Instead, it's still a 2 RBI single because Urias was kind of shooken up after that ball hit his foot pretty hard. You'd understand why. And he couldn't get home in time. 2-run score, 3-2 Phillies. In the third, it was trouble, but Urias gets out of it. Still 3-2. In the fourth, it's Austin Hayes. Oh, yeah, he's back from injury. He came back in the middle of this month. He hits one down the third base line under the glove of Alec Boehm for a base hit. In the fourth, so 1 out, 1 on. Jorge Soler, he's going to dunk one into center. Good read off the bat from Austin Hayes over at first, so he's going to get into third. It's first and third, 1 out. We got something going, tying run 90 feet away at third base for Brett Beatty, and he's going to pop up. That's not going to get the job done. Brett Beatty, very disappointing this year, man. Anyway, it's Ronnie Mauricio. He gets the start at second today, and he's going to come through with a 3-2 count, 2 outs, clutch base hit under the first baseman's glove. This game's all tied up at 3. Next batter's Brandon Nimmo. Still got first and second for 2 out, and Nimmo does it again. Home run in the right. Another no-doubt bomb. Keeps that one well fair, and it's gone. 6-3, 3-run, go-ahead home run for the Mets and Brandon Nimmo. He's been clutch. 26. He got 2 homers today to up that season tally to 26. In the fifth, though, the quick sim didn't do us any favors. It's 6-5. Urias still in. This would be his last batter. That's a base hit in the right field. It's now second and third, 2 out. We are sweating here in the fifth inning. We bring in John Curtis, one of our best relievers this year, to get us out of it. And he's going to walk JT Realmuto. That's not good. Still 2 out, though. It's okay. Esteury Ruiz, 3 for 3 this game. But he's going to pop one up to Lindor with the bases loaded, and we are out of this jam. In the eighth, speaking of jams, another one, still 6-5. It's Jonathan Loaizaga. Dang, I can't talk today. Jonathan Loaizaga. It's Ruiz again. Double play. Runner on third, 2 out. We can maybe get out of this. Brandon Marsh grounds to third. Brett Beatty throws over to first, and it's thrown away. Oh my good. Brett Beatty has done nothing right this game, and he literally may have just thrown the division away for us. The runner would get to second on a steal, and then he would try to go to third on this pass ball. Where was he going with 2 outs, Brandon Marsh? I don't know, but that's how that rally would end in the eighth. We go all the way to the 10th. We have not got our runner over from second so far. It's 2 out for Jorge Soler, and he's going to ground one to second. We do not score our runner in the 10th, which means the Phillies have a chance to score theirs. They bunt over him, and then it's JT Realmuto is going to come through and rip a base hit in the right center field gap. And just like that, we lose the game and possibly the division. It depends what happened with the Braves game. Let's find out. And yeah, we pulled the Mets. We lose the division. Even though we had the same record as the Braves, they must have won the head-to-head tiebreaker there because they beat whoever they played. We couldn't beat whoever the Phillies, and wow, just wow. I'm at a loss for words, really. Brett Beatty throws that division away. He didn't come through with the runner on third either. I mean, luckily that run scored, but wow, just awful. Just nothing to say. I thought we were going to win the division. Let's go ahead and see who else won. The Cubs won their division by 1 game as well. Reds gave them a real fight. Dodgers won with 96 wins. Only 4 games they won by this time. Diamondbacks have a good record. Diamondbacks were the first wild card team in. The Reds were the second. We were all the way to the third wild card. We could have won the NL East with the win. We ended up losing and getting the very last spot in the playoffs. So fortunate to be in with not even 90 wins this season, honestly. But it was a good year. But, just painful. The Rays won the AL East because nobody else ever wins the AL East in this game. I don't think it's ever happened. In the Central, the Twins and Guardians both him with the same record. But the Twins win their tiebreaker, so they're AL Central champs. Went a little too fast there. In the West, the Rangers dominate again. 102 wins, but they only won their division by 2 games. Astros, another 100-win team. And the Angels snuck in with an 81-81 record. Wow, there's not a lot of good teams in the American League besides the division winners, the Astros and the Guardians. Everyone else was very mid, as you would call it. 81-81 gets you in. Wow. Let's see how our guys did. We had a good year from Brandon Nimmo, 264, 26 home runs, and 79 RBIs in the leadoff spot. Wow, amazing. I think I would like to get a true leadoff hitter, though. Anyway, Lindor, 268 with 23 home runs. Very solid year for him. Nice bounce-back year. He was pretty much good all season. Alonso, 34 homers, only 89 RBIs. I know that's not little, but we expect more from him. But we got a lot of guys in the high 80s here. 87 for Alvarez, 37 bombs, 222 average. I'll live with that from our catcher. Great numbers. You're not going to get a better hitting catcher than that. Luis Robert, I wouldn't say disappointing. He had 24 home runs, 82 RBIs. Not bad at all. But the 231 average, man, I was expecting a little more. But I'm not going to complain. We got another year of him. Austin Hayes was a solid trade. He hit 272, 16 home runs, 51 RBIs. Soler, 25, 68, and 228. Yeah, I mean, about what you'd expect, I guess. I was hoping for maybe a more productive power, like a 30, 35 home run year, but we'll take it. Brett Beatty, disappointing. He was healthy all season, only 14 home runs. I thought he'd have a little more pop. And Luis Guillorme, thank you for whoever corrected me saying I was saying his name wrong. Don't know why I was adding an O. I guess Guillermo just sounded better in my head. But anyway, let's go to the pitching. Corbin Burns, big signing in the offseason. He did pretty solid, 3.51. We'll take that every year. Dylan Cease, the big trade. He did phenomenal, 2.60. He was our best pitcher this season as well. He did not win the Cy Young, but he did very good. None of our players won the league leaders in anything, so that's why I'm not even going to show it this episode. Nobody led the league in anything. Nobody won an award. We did good, though. All around, we did pretty good, the lineup and the pitching staff. Urias had that ERA go up to the 3.7s because of that bad final start. Senga was in the 3.7s as well, and Peterson was the only guy in the 4s, and he's our 5th starter. And it was low 4s. So we had a great year with the pitching staff. We'll see what we do in the offseason. It might not look the same because Dylan Cease might be gone, but maybe we give him the money after that year like that. We'll see. Anyway, our bullpen, you saw McGill and Okert did okay. Loaizaga did pretty solid. John Curtis, like I said, was our best reliever this year, really, out of the bullpen, besides Edwin Diaz. Marinaccio got sent down with a 9 ERA, finishes the season with a 5 ERA, so I think it was a good bounce back. Blake Trinan and Phil Bickford were like, Phil Bickford wasn't even here most of the year. And Edwin Diaz finished with a 2.98 ERA, so although he started with like a ridiculous sub-1 ERA at the All-Star break, obviously that wasn't always going to last. So a good year all in all, stats-wise, from both our lineup and our pitching. Pitching was a huge problem last year, and so was our hitting. So I don't hate it all. The numbers we got from our team, I think all around was pretty good. The starting pitching was really good. We got some decisions to make, but let's not worry about that now. Here we are at the bracket. We will be playing the Braves, actually. So the only thing that changed from us losing was instead of us hosting the Braves, we will be going to Atlanta. But we would have been the 3rd seed with the win, and we're the 6th seed with the loss. So we got to get over that heartbreaking loss no matter what. And figure we had to beat the same team anyway. So what's the difference, right? We're just in Atlanta. It's the only thing. We don't get the last slicks. A winner of that will play the Chicago Cubs. They were the 2 seed. The other matchup in the wild card for the NL, Arizona versus Cincinnati. It should be a good one. Winner plays LA. In the American League, we got Tampa and the Angels. Winner will play Minnesota, and Cleveland and Houston. Winner will play Texas, who I believe won the World Series last year, if I remember correctly. They have a stacked team in this save. I got to show you them. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Next episode will be the wild card series against the Braves. Hopefully we don't choke it like we just did against the Phillies. Thanks again so much for the support. See you guys in the next one.